Hi ladies, today is May 6th, and we are on page 17 in our packet. It is week 5, day 3 in your packet as well. Again, page 17. Today we're going to be talking about Jenny, and she's got some money in her savings account, and then she gets some allowance from her dad, and then we know how much money she has now, but we're not really sure how much she actually got for her allowance. So Jenny had $345.28 in her savings account. Her dad gave her allowance. Then she had $365.53. How much was her allowance? So we know that she gets an allowance, but we don't know how much it was. So we want to know how much money did her dad give her for an allowance. So in order to be able to figure this out, we need to know how much she had in her savings account to begin with. So looking at our problem, Jenny had $345.28 in her savings. And then after her dad gives her some allowance, then she has $365.53. So we want to know how much money her dad gave her for an allowance. All right, so I want you to think about this problem. Do I know what my whole is? Do I know how much total money is in my savings account? So thinking about what it's saying, she had an amount, her dad gives her more, now she has $365.53. So we know that we have our whole, we know we have the amount of money that's sitting in her account right now. We're trying to figure out what she added to her account to give us this whole. So is my amount that she got for her allowance more or less than $365.53? So asking ourselves, is it going to be more than that or is it going to be less than that? All right, so at this point, go ahead and pause your video. You should be solving this problem and working through your plan, solve, check. And then when you're completely finished and ready to check your work, you can unpause and we'll work on it together. Hi, ladies. All right. So you should have already solved this problem. We're talking about Jenny, and she has some money in her savings account. So she has $345.28 total money in her savings account. Then her dad's going to give her some allowance, and then she's going to have a total amount of $365.53 after her allowance. We're wanting to know what is the difference between the amount she has now and the amount she had before. All right, so we know in our savings account right now, we have a total of $365.53. All right. So I'm going to use kind of that part whole box to kind of give us a visual of what we're trying to do. So this is her allowance. We don't know what her allowance is, but we know that before she got her allowance, she had $345.28. So these two amounts together are going to give us this amount. So if we know this and we know this, but we don't know this, how can I use these two numbers to find this part? So if I had the two parts, but I didn't have my whole, I would be adding. But I have my whole and I have a part, but I'm missing a part, which means I'm going to do the opposite operation and subtract because I'm using the same unit. So we're working with money. We want to make sure that we line up our decimal. So first thing we're going to do is take $365.53 because this is my largest quantity. And I have to start with the largest quantity if I'm going to subtract. I'm going to line up those decimals. I have 345 and then 28 cents. As you can see, my decimals are lined up as well as all of my different place values. All right, so I cannot do 3 minus 8, so I'm going to borrow. This 5 becomes a 4. My 3 becomes a 13. 13 minus 8, so if you can do it in your brain. If not, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 gives me 5. 4 minus 2 is 2. Bring down your decimals straight down. So these are my two cent amounts. So there's only two numbers after the decimal if we have money, because remember when we're talking about that change amount, there's only going to be two decimal places. 5 minus 5 is 0. 6 minus 4 is 2. 3 minus 3 is nothing. So we can assume that she earned an allowance of $20.25 from her dad. But the best way to check her work is to do the opposite operation, which is going to be addition. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the two parts, so these two amounts, and we're going to add them together to see if we get $365.53. So I'm going to start with this largest quantity, which is $345.28. And remember, I want to line up my decimal. So I'm going to put my decimal right here. My two change amounts are going to go in the decimal places, and then my 0 goes in the ones place, and my 2 goes in the tens place, and then there's nothing right here. Okay? If you want to put a placeholder there, you can. So that would be a 0. If you wanted to, you don't have to. And then we're going to add these together. 8 plus 5 gives me 13. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Bring your decimal straight down. 5 plus 0 is 5. 4 plus 2 is 6. 3 plus 0 is 3. So our two parts equal our whole. So that means for her allowance, she earned $20.25. So my answer with my unit, make sure your unit is a dollar sign, is $20.25. And then my equation that matches my story problem is going to be $365. And remember, you want to make sure that you have your dollar sign listed as well. So $365.53 minus, again, don't forget your dollar sign, $345.28. And then that gives me a total amount of $20.25. So the amount of money that she earned for her allowance was $20.25.